Obviously, you heard the alert on your phone today that there was like a national like security just testing notification that
Yes.
went throughout the whole, what apparently went throughout the whole world
Mm-hmm.
at the same exact time.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that like people are saying that, oh, like it's just Apple just being like extra curious, just like, hey, if there anything happens, let me just make everybody well aware, like, hey, this is happening. Okay, all right, that's a cool concept. And then my brain started to like think. So it's like how scared is the American government? The fact that it's like, hey, just in case some shit go down that we have no control over. Like I feel like they know some shit, but it's like
Some shit is coming.
I want to put an alert out to everybody, like, hey, this is just a testing system in case some shit go down. Like, what was your general thoughts on like when it was announced that on October 4th there's gonna be a national, like a national or international freaking like security breach?
Honestly, if I'm being honest, at first when the news broke out, I didn't actually believe it because they said I was under the impression that it was a government alert, right? They said a notice from the government is coming soon. The conspiracy theorists on TikTok and YouTube fucking ran that shit to the ground. Hey, pray, turn off your phone at this time, flip your phone upside down, turn off your radio, turn off your TV, anything that has anything that's connected to technology is gonna ring off. We don't know what the sound is gonna do to your ears. If you're looking at your phone, whatever. So it's like everybody kept on scaring me. So at first, I honestly, I didn't take it serious. And then I'm like, you know what? I watched this video on TikTok last night. It showed me how to turn off the Ember alerts and shit like that out of my notifications. So I went this morning, I turned all that shit off. I'm like, in case something happens, I'll get the alert, but it won't ring off and be extra loud and noisy and all that shit. Because I don't know where I'll be when this shit goes down, if it happened. And I saw it. I mean, it came through on the phone. I have my own personal opinions on it.
Which are?
I feel like this is the government or Apple putting their dick on the table. Like, fam, we know you exist. We know who you are. We know where to find you. Stop playing with us. We see how much porn you watch. We see all your search
All the trap phones you got,
Yeah.
we know.
All the scamming you doing, we know. And when we ready to come get you, we can easily press the button and we'll be right here. So it's like I'm like, all right, I know what this is.
And I know, like as a black man speaking about this, we have far more important things to worry about besides just like an alert on our phone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's like this shit, and it was actually crazy. I was watching Avengers, Age of Ultron, literally last night, and I'm literally thinking, it's like, yo, can you imagine like some shit where it's like they know something's coming, but they just can't tell us on what it is. Exactly. They don't even know what it is. Like it could be some shit that's growing in bubbling, ocean, bubbling down there, or some shit that's like coming like light years ahead.
All the world leaders probably had a meeting and somebody pissed somebody off, and it's like, oh, that nigga's going home to touch the missile to get the remote. It's like, all right, I'm just saying, it happened. So it's like, when you leave a meeting with somebody and you like tensions is definitely rising.
And I had a conversation with my girl. She's like, hey, yo, I just want to put a PSA to everybody. Wherever you going, don't be in open areas by yourself. There could be some white vans or some black vans. I recently saw they cloned Tyrone, so they could be doing some Captain America testing on some people because the Avengers could possibly be coming, in my personal opinion.
Okay,
that's what I personally think. That's just conspiracy, Gary. If we get in alerts that some shit could be coming, the fact that they locating aliens and shit, quote unquote. Hey, don't go in open areas by yourself. At least right now.
I have one last question before we start the show. If the next world war happens, what do you think it's gonna be over?
It's gonna be over TikTok.
All right.
I'm literally saying I strongly believe it's gonna be over TikTok.
So not water, land, technology, AI, TikTok.
It's gonna be over TikTok because the fact is, what shit that low key scares me already is that the fact is that they're already banning TikTok in certain states.
Yeah, because they feel like TikTok is spying on us.
Yeah, so I can feel like it's always going to come down to, I think it's going to be over the littlest shit. It could be literally over just an app.
Okay, I feel that. Welcome to another episode of
These Are the Aesthetics.
I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. Wine Tasting Junkie, a.k.a. Let's not argue, let's just take a trip, a.k.a. I want all the car salesmen right now to hit my DM ASAP. And Charles, I know you're listening. No, I don't want a Benz.
He just sold a G-Wagon the other day.
I saw that. He was talking about it for 2 weeks. I'm like, all right, we get it.
You know, before I even get my AKA, I was recently told, do not buy, like, when you go and buy a car, just ask some personal questions. Hey, did you just have a child? So it's like, hey, like, because you don't ever know some shit they be going through in their personal life where they can literally fuck you in every way, shape, or possible to get that sale.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they're going to make you feel good the whole time.
Oh, for sure. But I go by the name of Gary, a.k.a. N. Gary We Trust, a.k.a. Black Content Creator, Black Content Influencer.
Okay.
a.k.a. my Air Maxes cost more than your freaking Dior runners.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm just
Talk
talking
that
my
shit.
I'm literally in that mood where it's like, I was on edge all day, so it's like, the smallest shit could tick me off today.
I've been on edge all week. You know what I mean? But it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, let me break the fourth wall here. We did not do pre-production, so today we just freestyling it like the old school days. I don't know. It's easy for me.
Hopefully this shit is watchable.
Yeah. I mean, it's us, man. That's what we do, man. But how are you feeling? How's your week? How's the week treating you? How's your mental health? How's your family life at home? How's your wife? I know you don't have any kids yet, so I can't ask about that.
Yes. That's hate, by the way. I smell hate in all your little compliments, by the way. Because I know you.
Everybody's having babies. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Hey, what Drake's dad say? Keep fucking.
Yeah, that's it.
But me personally, I'm okay. It's just I've been having like one of those weeks where it's like those like kind of like not really stress, but it's like I want to make an announcement to everyone. I know that like in like everyone's life, you know that hey, I'm the main character. I'm the star of the show.
As a man.
You're the star of this show. Just like, and like literally, you're the main character in this freaking CPU of a world. So all I'm gonna say is that like when you're the main character, all you ask for at the end of the day is just for like the role players to do their role, do what you're supposed to do. And for some reason this week in my mind, and just my personal life, work, it's just I just feel like the people around me are just not doing what they're supposed to do.
I feel that.
That's all.
Well, in my world, I'm just keep getting hit with bills, spending money left and right on responsibilities, because who can I cry to, But I don't know. I think the older I get, the more I value peace and quiet. So after a long day, I don't even want to talk to nobody. I want to be entertained. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I'll either watch a show, get on FaceTime with somebody I love, or just talk shit with some of the homies type shit. But my personal life, I'm fine, I could have a better relationship spiritually with God. I'm working on that as we speak. But as far as, like, my mental health, I'm fine. I'm just taking it day by day. My health is okay. I'm fine. I just got to be consistent in the gym, get my fat ass in the gym. I'm starting to look like Winnie the Pooh.
I see you cut off the chops. You did the chops this week.
You stupid. I bought the shirt just like that. I'm not following any trends. By the time you niggas realize something is hot, I was on it like months ago. Gary knows how often I shop.
All I'm saying is I know you've been listening to Usher a lot, and he's been in the headlines, so I know you kind of like, you got a haircut today.
Maybe I'm representing. I get a haircut every week, Gary. What's your point? I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That was hate. I think you got a haircut today. I noticed. Oh, man. But, I mean, overall, I'm good. I mean, if there's one request I have for our supporters, followers, and fans or whatever, pray for us. Keep us in your prayers, we're doing our best.
You know what's a saying that, like, lives rent-free in my head is that you told me, it's like, yo, fam, it's just one of those days where it's like, everybody always hitting me up for money. Everybody wants something from me. I just want one day, just get one text from somebody saying that, preferably a woman, saying that, hey, I cooked for you tonight. Here's $20. Can I suck your dick?
Please, listen, that's all Bro, I'm telling you, if I might pass out. The day that happens, I literally might pass out. I just want to walk in somewhere. Oh, you got lunch? You put gas in the car? And I'm getting my dick sucked? Woo! Is it my birthday? It's just, and I know some women are gonna watch this and say, "Well, I do this for my man all the time. What kind of women are you dating?" But y'all all say this, and y'all get complacent, and y'all get, and y'all start to bleep that. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's all love, though. We love everybody.
First of all, I know when like the audience knows that we haven't like called each other like before the show because we be saying some shit where I have to bleep. But it's been a little bit of a hectic week. So like, where you want to start off first?
Let's start with they allegedly found Tupac's killer. Allegedly. How do you feel, Keefe D? If you don't know who that is, he's allegedly a Crip. He was around, the time that, the East Coast and the West Coast had beef and tensions were rising in LA and stuff like that.
He was outside in the 80s and the 90s.
Allegedly, he was around some niggas that got paid to put a hit. Well, he was around some niggas that got paid to to go hit up Tupac. He was around them. He was in the car. That's what he claims his involvement was. I'm going to let you start this off. I think it personally is a crock of bullshit, but I will let you, get your opinion off, and then I'll say my piece on this matter.
Well, like at first I thought it was a crock of shit. By the way, like I'm not one of those dudes. And by the way, like me and Cheech, we're like 26 years old, so I know there's a lot of old heads. What the fuck these niggas talking about? What they know you wasn't outside. You was in your daddy's nutsack when the time this shit happened.
Exactly.
But the thing is like the internet does exist.
And I have a brain.
And I was actually on the side where it's like it might be a crock of shit. Then I went on DJ Vlad. This nigga has been on a self-snitching tour for years. Fam, all I'm saying is like what I hate
self-snitching tour, or he was selling a book because he has a book.
I didn't know that.
He has a book.
So all I'm saying is that what I consider a self-snitching story is like rumor has it that the reason why he did get like arrested because like I said, rumor has it is that apparently like him and his nephew went into a car, and then like apparently they're the ones that pulled the trigger on Tupac. Allegedly, the nephew apparently got killed already, but then now I don't know where they get the evidence from. Or
they raided his house a month or two ago, and they say they found some tapes and some audio and some traces, some paperwork that tracked back to the 90s that could insinuate or involve him with, pretty much that's relating him and tying him into with the gang that actually completed the hit.
So what my initial thoughts on all this is like, yo, fam, it's like if you commit crime, commit it by yourself. And my final thoughts is like, yo, fam, if you commit a crime, just shut the fuck up. If you did it, shut the fuck up. Let the police do their job. It's been 27 years later. All I'm saying is like I think it's a little eerie why it's like, why do you guys choose to lock him in now to put him in jail? But my personal opinion is like the police or the feds kind of told him, all right, we're going to lock this nigga in because I know if we put him in the jail, throw him under the jail, we can finally get the big bosses on whatever, basically to clean up the streets of L.A. or just in general. So what's your take on all this?
All right, so I'm not trying to be insensitive, and as always, I'm going to start with the love, right?
That's cheat chain, by the way.
I'm happy that the family can now start to,
justice was served, allegedly.
Justice was served, allegedly, and I'm glad that the family can finally, rest and
Jada Pinkett.
And yeah, of course, Jada. But I'm glad the family can catch a breath of fresh air, knowing that one of the perps were caught, right? Now, I don't know about y'all, but it's my job to look into things, and I use my actual brain when I'm reading something. Number one, this man was on Vlad. He was on different media outlets. he was promoting his book where he detailed that he was in the car of the people that allegedly shot Tupac. Now, every time he tells the story, there's something wrong with the story. And he could never finish telling the full story because he said when they started shooting, I ducked. So I didn't really see who in the car actually pulled the trigger. But all I know is I saw Tupac getting hit, and then I ducked, put my head down, and we took off and we drove off, right? So I don't know how you guys think products get sold, but people, especially Americans, love a good story.
Oh, 1,000%. That's why we keep buying the same sneakers that come out every year.
Exactly. And what's a better way to sell some shit if it's attached to love or to hate? You feel me? Tupac is one of the most loved individuals, probably one of the greatest rappers of all time. Anytime a doc, a series, or anything attached to Tupac's name, his core fan base is going to jump ship and go look into it and go watch it. The feds are going to be on high alert because they might find some new evidence that they haven't heard in the past almost 20 to 30 years that they've been looking for whoever killed him. So it's like these are easy targets. When you talking about Bob Marley, when you talking about a Biggie, when you talk about Tupac, it's an easy target.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like, yo, that's a layup to a nigga in the street. And you was involved in gangs back in the day, so it's easy. Like, I'm watching these
documentaries. The stars are aligning.
Dog, I watch documentaries all the time about niggas talking about Big. Yeah, man, listen, I grabbed his coat that one day, and he was good. I know him since he was 3, rapping on the stoop. He sold some drugs to me. Like, fam, I bet if Biggie was alive, none of you niggas would ever come around and have all these stories to tell. Nah. That's one thing about when you die. So many people come out the woodwork with a story to tell. Man, I gave that nigga his first brick. Man, yo, that nigga was sleeping on my couch. I gave him his first $10,000.
He robbed me.
He fucked my bitch. So it's like, my thing is, I don't think he's that stupid as an adult. I say all this to say, I don't think he's that stupid as an adult to commit a crime and keep talking about it with a family, having evidence in your car, in your house that they can easily raid and get. 2, he was selling a book. So obviously he's going to have a story to tell, and he has to have plausible deniability. And I don't know how you guys think this works, but to sell a book, you have to go to a publishing house or you have to want to do it independently. Either way, you getting some funding to push this out. You're going to need editors to go over the material that you're putting out. If you talking about something like the JFK assassination or like a high-profile case, you're going to need a lawyer for half of the times to be protected so your story don't work against you in the court of law. So in my personal opinion, I don't think that nigga is going to serve any time in jail unless they really want to close this chapter and be like, you know what? We've been looking for 30 years for somebody that killed this nigga. This is the easiest target we have. Let's just put this shit to bed, lock him up. But honestly, I don't think they're going to find any evidence to really tie this nigga besides storytelling. You feel me? Because all this nigga got to say is, I lied. Then what? You have no gun. You have no fucking blood stain on any shirt. Like, where would he keep a shirt with blood on it for 35 years? The car probably is no longer a piece of evidence somewhere. So it's like, to me, it's he say, she say, and I think it's a wild goose chase. And if they really put this nigga in jail, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying he was not involved with who did it. But all I'm saying is there's a lot of shit that is not adding up.
Well, all I'm saying
to
is
make
that
sense.
Everything you're saying is very logical,
yes,
which I will agree. But dumb niggas do exist.
True.
Because the reason why I say that is you gotta look at, for example, ARAB.
That nigga.
If you go on YouTube and type in ARAB snitching compilation, it has been years. This nigga
sent me a couple.
This nigga has been snitching on himself in multiple occasions. Now, like, rumor has it that, like, he was one of the people that got paid $1 million, quote unquote, for doing the quote unquote hit on Tupac. And all I'm saying is $1 million does not last 30 years. All I'm saying.
That's true.
In this day and age, $1 million don't even last you a full year. Mm-hmm. So what I would say is like if he did get paid that money, or if it's like if your clout is, hey, I possibly killed Tupac, And me and you both know we had this conversation where we got flamed on before. There's no 401k in the streets.
Exactly.
So what you got to do is, oh, you know what? A lot of people want to hear my story, so let me go on Vlad. Let me go on DJ Small Eyes. And all of a sudden, it's like, you can fabricate a story for so long, but it's like, unless he's really that calculated, which I don't think most niggas are, eventually you can start snitching on yourself, which I do see in multiple Vlad interviews. That's just me. That's just my brain.
But also, I think another thing I want to point out, and obviously we say this all the time, we're up here, we're not no street niggas. We just have common sense, and we're logical beings. You feel me? And we went to school. We're educated black men. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, just like a scholar can spot another scholar, I think real street niggas can spot another real street nigga. For sure. You're not going to go on record publicly on public platforms for the last 5 to 10 years, claim you were in the car and you are responsible or partly responsible for killing a beloved individual like Tupac and still be walking and breathing and living in Los Angeles. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you could kill that caliber of a human with everybody that was around him, like Suge, like Snoop. Like, somebody would have made a call to go check you. Somebody would have made a call to go like, yo, let's, you feel me? Too many of you niggas want to be street, or y'all was cool with a street nigga. Y'all heard stories about street niggas, and now y'all want to write books. Y'all want to tell tales because y'all think, oh, okay, cool. In this day and age, I got to do content. So many failed rappers or niggas from the 90s, bro. Just do a cooking show. Help your nigga raise your kids.
Well, all I'm saying is you're making very logical sense, but what I'm saying is it's very blurred lines when it comes to the term streets and street niggas, because obviously
I don't believe that shit, man.
In my personal opinion, 6ix9ine exposed a lot of street niggas. How you can literally say, "Oh, fuck you, suck my dick." Let me finish. You can say, "Fuck you, suck my dick," and literally say, "I'm the king of New York." Literally go across all of New York. No matter how much security you have, he can be literally going down there in South Florida, having a blast, and niggas is not touching him. I'm not gonna lie, that is very telling what you guys view snitching and how you view the streets in 2023. In my personal opinion, someone who's a law-abiding citizen. And on top of it, you have people like AR Ab snitching on camera. You even have Buddy that Blueface allegedly shot taking selfies in the courtroom. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, all I'm saying is the terms "the streets" is very blurred in my eyes in 2023.
I believe it. There's dumb niggas everywhere. I just don't feel like, fam, if you weren't selling a book, if you weren't attaching, bro, real killers don't talk about being a killer. Nigga, bro, if we didn't keep watching Batman movies, we would not know that nigga was Bruce Wayne. It's like, even if you watch superhero movies, they hide their identity. You feel me? Their identity comes out on accident. You feel me? So it's like, bro, all the real street niggas that I know, that I've been around, that I heard about, they never come out and all you hear is, oh, this nigga crazy. This nigga got 40 bodies. But that niggas ain't coming sitting around, hey, how you doing? My name is Jeff. I got 40 bodies. How you doing? What's your name? Like, that shit don't fucking exist. Like, you don't get to pop your shit like that. Nigga, Nipsey died, and the nigga that killed Nipsey, that nigga was nowhere to be found because he knew what type of time it was. And I'm not putting Nipsey on the caliber of Tupac, but imagine in the 90s when beef and tension was high in L.A., you walking around with your chest up high saying you killed that nigga or you was in the car with niggas that killed him, you would have got murked, bro. You would have got murked.
I understand, but then again, we're forgetting that one word that people love to forget. Clout. And clout is a hell of a drug.
Like I said, I think he was selling a book. Congrats. You feel me? Now that's what your stupid ass get, because now you got carried away by fame. You don't know how clout works. You're an old nigga. Go sit your ass down. That's all you have to do. At some point, bro, black men go be black men. Be an upstanding citizen. Raise your kids. Raise the next generation of men with principles.
You should. And don't be a piece of shit.
And why are you talking about another nigga 30 plus years later? Like, I watch these docs again. Oh, man, I iron his coat.
I don't watch none of them, because they're all money grabs, by the way. They all money grabs.
What the fuck? I dapped him up when he was coming out of a club in 98. Who cares? Fam, why am I watching you tell me about this nigga? Why?
I used to cut his hair. Fam, he's bald. He probably cut his own hair. You know, but before the community kills us, what's on the next topic? What's on the docket? What's on the docket?
Y'all getting me heated, man. Our next topic. This is a topic that is not even a topic. It's an announcement, but I'm ecstatic. I found out that the world found out that Usher will be performing at the Super Bowl. I'm beyond excited as someone that wants to go see Usher at his residency in Vegas, as someone who has been a fan of Usher my whole life, as someone that has stolen Usher's lyrics to write notes for girls and shit. It's a proud moment. You feel me? And I feel like Usher is a legacy act now, and I think he's doing what Drake is doing, but I think he's in the process of collecting his Infinity Stones. I think he got 8+ Grammys. He's done a couple world tours. He collabed with a bunch of legendary artists. You feel me? So I think one of the things left in his bucket list was probably to perform at the Super Bowl. And I think he's gonna kill that shit because I feel like Usher is one of them artists that he could blend in with white people in a sense. Like he makes he has songs for everybody. He has songs for the old R&B heads, the new R&B heads. He has pop hits. He has classics. He has timeless records that you're not gonna hear them shits and act like, oh, who the fuck is this? You feel me? Mm-hmm. So I actually don't think he's gonna perform a lot of his slaps because you only get about 12 to 15 minutes. So I don't know. I know you're not that big on R&B, but how do you feel? How do you feel about Usher headlining the Super Bowl?
Well, I do appreciate it. Like, obviously, I'm not the craziest Usher fan as I know, like, Cheech is. But what I would say is that I'm glad that, like, legends, especially black legends, are finally getting their flowers. I think it's a little disrespectful, the fact that, like, Usher, even though I'm glad it's in Atlanta, obviously he's from Atlanta, it's like, why the hell did Usher have to get this while Taylor Swift publicly announced, oh, I'm not doing the Super Bowl? That's all I'm saying. Like, why isn't Usher first on your list? That's just my personal opinion. But it's like, what I would say is, I'm very glad that, like, Usher is, like, he's performing at the Super Bowl because this year he's doing, like, a victory lap. It's like he just did, like, Vegas residency. Like, you ruined a couple happy homes, and now, like, you're performing at the Super Bowl. My personal take is,
he's got an album dropping.
All
that shit.
This man is like, this is how you know niggas is rich. He's just out in Paris, freaking just relaxing,
living his life.
But obviously, I'm gonna be myself. If I had to choose anybody to be like to perform at the Super Bowl in Atlanta, I'm going with Future. I'm sorry. I think Future was very fitting because Future has literally all the slaps where literally all genres can relate to. Not saying that people can't relate to Usher's music, obviously it's Usher. But all I'm saying is, as far as like the Super Bowl, I think that Future would have freaking did numbers. Because if you literally play either Fuck Up Some Commas or Mask Off,
nigga, you are fucking insane.
March Madness, all I'm saying is like,
I respect that take. I'm only disagreeing. I'm only gonna disagree because I don't think white people want their 3-year-old in that living room with them. I don't give a fuck if it was twin sisters. I just don't think that's gonna ring off like that.
Fam, Snoop Dogg was crip walking on national television.
Yes, but crip walking could be seen as a dance if you don't know where.
And he had the crip flag on national television.
Right, okay. I understand where you're coming from, but again, like I said, one, I don't think Future is a legacy act yet.
He is a what?
No, he's been putting out slaps for years. When I say a legacy act, Nas is a legacy act.
I think he's a
legacy act. You in your 50s. You've been doing this shit for 30 years. Like, Usher got signed when he was fucking a teenager.
Bro, Future has more number ones than probably any living or dead or alive artist right now.
I think Usher touches more demos, and I think Usher is the safer act for the children.
For the children.
Yeah, because they gotta sell ads. Like, I don't think if Future is coming to perform, like I said, it's a different energy, which I think he will in the future. I think he will,
sure.
But I think it's fitting for now for Usher to get his flowers because, respectfully, he's been doing this longer than Future.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put my thumb in a butt.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm saying, especially even though they would never allow it. Can you imagine if like Future just comes out and say like, and I still smash on C if my nigga wasn't chicken, I'm just still to go after B.
Yeah,
like,
he can't say that. He can't say
that.
He can't. Like I said, man, it's a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. They're looking at metrics. They're looking at who's safe and who's not. I'm just happy, man, as a fan, and I know he's worked hard for this, and I can't wait for new Usher music. If you know me, man, you know I used to get my haircuts like Usher back in the day. So if you know me, you know how happy I am.
If I had to close, last thing I'm gonna say is, even though they're not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but it will happen eventually. Chris Brown gonna be on that Super Bowl eventually, whether you like it or not. It's gonna happen.
I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised.
It will happen.
I'm not even gonna be surprised if Usher brings him out. They got songs
those are speculations I've heard as well.
Yeah. But, I mean, Chris Brown is a legend, so Chris Brown will.
It's going to happen eventually.
It's going to happen.
You got to remember, Chris Brown only about 30.
Yeah, I think in 10 more years, he's going to be considered at least.
I say 5. I'll put it out there. I'll say 5.
Okay. I mean, it could happen. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. So, we'll see. Let me see. Oh, shit. I will let you. This is you. We going to talk about white girls, so I'm going to switch it to my white girl correspondent over there.
White girl correspondent. you trying to ruin my happy home. Now, so Terrell Owens, famous legendary football player, he went on this podcast and he was asked a couple of questions, and then a clip got out saying that it was hard for Terrell Owens back in the day, as far as when he was in college, high school, saying that he struggled with apparently he's saying that certain women, and he didn't say it, but he was alluding to black women. He kind of had some issues dating black women, he couldn't get them. He was being made fun of because he was dark skinned, and obviously the headline, especially the Breakfast Club, had the headline as well, where it's the clips were going saying that Terrell Owens doesn't date black women.
I hate when they do that.
So he obviously did not say those words in any way, shape, or form. But the conversation I wanted to have with Cheeches is where Terrell Owens was coming from. Obviously, I'm not gonna say he doesn't like black women, but as a black man, you have to be careful how you word yourself, especially when you're a black man as a celebrity. Because even though he didn't say that I didn't date black women, he did not say I do date black women, which unfortunately is an issue in today's climate.
Why is it our business who he chooses to stick his dick into?
It's not our business. But I'm saying is as far as in the Twitter sphere.
Okay.
In the Twitter
well, how
sphere.
do you feel about it? Give me your opinion.
How
first.
I feel about I think it was a crock of shit. That's the angle I'm going with it. So for real, Terrell Owens, you're telling me that your muscular ass, your freaking celebrity ass in college, telling me that you couldn't bag black women in college?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Morris Chestnut was on our TV screens going crazy.
These shit. And even though I had a couple conversations with people, and they said that as a dark skinned person, they said that dark-skinned people allegedly became more popular during the social media era, allegedly. And I'm not saying that he probably wasn't teased for being dark-skinned or not, but it's come on, T.O., come on, bro.
He's saying stop the cap?
Stop the cap, bro. You telling me that you had issues bagging anything in college, especially black women?
Especially if you were a star athlete, that's. But then again, these athletes be popular, but they have no personality. So, I mean, yeah, but, okay.
Fam, did you see sorry to cut you off, but did you see the movie the Jesus Shuttlesworth movie? He Got Game?
Yeah, I seen.
Fam, Ray Allen was getting his dick sucked, getting orgies as a freaking just scouting colleges.
I get it, but you gotta understand.
In the movie, of course.
You gotta understand. Some niggas got it, some niggas don't. You feel me? And I think, especially with these athletes and entertainers, I think, okay, cool, you got clout, you got fame, but that does not mean you've worked on your game. You know how to treat a woman with respect. You know how to talk to a bitch. You feel me? Excuse my French. It's I know a lot of niggas that talk themselves out of the pussy. Women will say all the time, yo, I was gonna literally fuck this nigga, but he said something stupid. Or he sounds very misogynistic. Or he's sharing views and spewing views that are not his. So it's I'm 50-50 when it comes to him saying that, because he could have been a muscular black jockey nigga in college and, my goal is to make it to the NFL. Because, some niggas are different. Some niggas want to go to school, be the best, party on the weekends, and turn up. Some niggas want to hit the books, be the best student they could be. Some niggas, if your family invest in you, you the first black nigga out of here. We spend all our dime to make sure you get to the NFL, bitch. You better not party. You better not be late to practice. You better go play ball and focus on football and football only. So he could have been one of those niggas. So But
Yeah.
personally speaking, man, my take is one, why do we care who people choose to fuck? Number one. Number two, I just feel like he said the right thing. He was very politically correct. If you're asking me, he was like, "Yo,
it was a very politically correct answer.
He said, my age, like I'm more so focused on the vibe and who I connect with. If I connect with a white woman, I'm dating a white woman. If I connect with a Spanish woman, I'm dating a Spanish woman. I don't think it's, you feel me? I think, and I just feel like the rooms and the atmosphere these niggas be in, it's different. You feel me? And I think the black community be in an uproar about silly shit every few weeks. It's like whatever's popping, whatever is trending, that's what we choose to discuss and to make an issue. When it's gender wars between men and women, we disagree on that. When it's marriages in the black community, we disagree on that. When it's interracial marriages, we disagree on that. It's like, fam, at the end of the day, everybody was meant to be partnered up with somebody. Nobody is meant to live this life alone. You feel me? Somebody might choose to do it, but even Adam had Eve. You feel me? So it's like, my thing is, we all need companionship. It makes life fun. It makes life worth living. I don't really care about the ethnicity of my partner. If I click with a white woman, that's who I'm dating. You feel me? So it might be a culture shock to me. I might have to relearn a few things. I might get some backlash from my friends and my family and online, but it is what it is.
Whatever makes you happy at that.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy. Whatever gets your dick hard at the end of the day. Do what you got to do.
Okay, so even though I really wish we had a black woman for this topic,
yes.
Sorry, people. We tried.
But at the end of the day, though, don't you feel like, fam, if our goal is to create successful marriages, who gives a fuck who I fall in love with? If true. You guys want the rates of marriages to go up, you guys truly believe in love. And this is the hypocritical part about, our generation that I hate. You guys get passionate about different sides of the spectrum every week. If our goal is to raise the rate of marriages, we all believe in love. We all believe in finding your soulmate. Okay, nigga, who's to say your soulmate is not an Indian woman? You don't know.
All right, but what I would say with this topic, and I'll go on the ledge by myself on this, just saying, because speaking from personal experience, because growing up, I went to a very privileged schools. Like even when in high school, I went to like an A school, one of the best schools in Florida actually, and
at the time,
at the time, yes. So growing up in like
Chief Nation, man, you crazy, man. We have to talk about your little weak ass Cobras in here. Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Them niggas don't care about me. But anyway, like growing up in high school, going to college, and being a black kid. By the way, before I even have this discussion, I am with a black woman.
Yeah.
I have to put that out there.
Get your disclaimer out the way.
Disclaimer, right? But like when you literally grow up as a law-abiding citizen, you wear glasses. Not saying I grew up Poindexter or anything, or maybe to some people I grew up Poindexter. Black women weren't really as like willing to go on dates with me or give me the time of day. Just growing up from my personal experience, and some could say like, "Oh, you didn't have the swag or the attitude to get a black woman." But all I'm saying is all the black women I did try to talk to growing up didn't really give me the time of day. That's just my personal experience. Yeah. And of course, when I went after the first white chick I ever tried to date, easy.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Sorry, it happened. Look, the first white girl I ever said, "Hey, would you like to go on a date with me?" I went on a date the same week.
These are Gary's words. And Gary's words only.
I know I'm going to get bashed for this. I'm just saying from my personal experiences.
Gary said he talked to 1,000 black women.
I didn't say 1,000.
The first white woman he talked to said yes. Without making it a big deal.
Without making it a big deal. That's all I'm saying is it wasn't 1,000 black women
I listen. Guys, let me look at my camera. I only do a show with this guy. I didn't know how he was feeling all week before we got here.
I was actually on the phone with my black girlfriend on my way to this podcast, by the way. If anybody want to step.
All right.
But all I'm saying is that literally going in college, going in high school, a lot of black women didn't give me the time of day. And of course, when I was literally walking down the street with a white girl, I was getting the stares like, oh, I can't believe this sellout ass nigga. I got the stares. But the funny thing is, what's crazy is like, if I was walking
but
on
you
this,
took pride with your white woman.
But if I was walking on that same street by myself, y'all wouldn't give me the time of day, even if I tried to holler. Respectfully, of course. That's just my personal experience because, and I really want to have a conversation, a deeper conversation, but I would love to have a black woman here present. Okay. But that's just literally my personal experience. But then again, I was broke, and on top of it, I didn't even have a car. But then again, T.O., you were a celebrity college football player. I'm going to call cap on your part. Just saying.
Okay. At the end of the day, love who you want to love.
Keep
fuck
fucking.
Who you want to fuck. You know, happiness wins. Love wins.
Love wins.
Love don't discriminate. All those Martin Luther King quotes.
Oh, wait. And we have to say, black women are the greatest. Just put that out there. Not trying to cape. Black women are the greatest.
I think all women are the greatest, Gary.
Black women are the greatest. I'll go on the legend myself.
For equality. I want this show to have multiple more episodes. I want variety sitting up here sometimes. So yeah.
Black women are the greatest.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I love. We were both raised by black women, loved by black women.
Yes.
But since I'm making Cheech uncomfortable, what is the next topic?
You're not making me feel. Listen.
Fam, I know when Cheech is uncomfortable when he starts caressing the mic.
Oh my God. All right. You have an interesting topic here. Popular places you wouldn't want to live. Let's talk about it. List a few and I'll list a few. And just tell me why.
All right. Out the gate. And I'll say this as a Floridian. People who are born and raised in Florida, we look at New York as a shithole. I'm going to put it out there. The reason why we say that is because New York is dirty. There's rats running over the place. The subways are dirty as shit. And on top of it, y'all can't handle natural disasters.
Okay.
It be raining a little bit. Look at New York. Y'all flooded. That's all I'm saying is one popular place I wouldn't want to live in is New York is because, no disrespect, I've actually been in suburbs in New York. And no, I have not seen all of New York. But I remember I went to Long Island, and I was like I was in a neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, wait. And then I had someone tell me, oh, this is a suburb. I'm like, yo, fam, this don't even look better than Seacrest. And Seacrest is technically the hood where we live. Mm-hmm. And if I'm really being honest, like the reason why I can't live in New York is like I understand New York is the place where it's like people say if you can't live in New York, that like you can live anywhere. But my personal opinion is I just don't like the overall vibe of New York. I will go to New York to like shop, spend a couple of days. If I'm in New York longer than a week, I'm uncomfortable. In my personal opinion.
So is that the only place you got in mind that you wouldn't?
That was the first place that came to mind. And if I'm really want to say, I know New Yorkers are gonna kill me in general over what I said, but hey, it's content. But another place I would never live. I'll never live in Australia.
Okay, I heard some things about Australia.
The reason why is you can literally die by wildlife at any time of the day. They got spiders.
People could say the same about Africa. But see, I'm being honest, and now you're trying to make me laugh. I'm just saying.
Fam, there is cities.
I know. I'm just saying.
You know what pisses me off when people say Africa? Fam, but every time someone says Africa, they think, hey, feed this child 10 cents a day. And they always post a fucking video of a fly on the kid's face. Come on, fam.
I don't think that. I'm just saying there might be. I've seen a lot of wildlife in Africa.
What I'm saying is in Australia, you could be taking a shit and a freaking anaconda goes up your ass.
Okay.
And they got spiders bigger than you.
Okay. One place I wouldn't mind visiting, a few places I wouldn't mind visiting but not living in. The first one is Dubai. Everything is fucking illegal. You touch a guy, it's illegal. You dance on the street, it's illegal. You live with a woman you're not married to, it's illegal. It's like
a woman wearing sleeveless shirts, illegal.
So it's like there's a pamphlet. They got to give you a pamphlet to tell you what's
pamphlet.
Yes, they got to give you a book on what is, the law, and it's like, yo, sometimes as a tourist and as somebody who want to visit somewhere, you just want to go carefree, learn about the land, the culture, and go about your day. But some places are so strict, like, there's a lot of money there. There's a lot of business opportunities. There's a lot of tax cuts and tax benefits of having a business there and shit like that, or putting your business there and shit like that. But it's like to live and to carry a life, unless you from there, it's a little tough. LA is a beautiful city. If I'm rich, possibly I might think. I might retract my statement in a few years.
I feel like I don't want to live in LA, but I feel like eventually I'm gonna live in LA.
To me, it's LA. It's expensive. Everybody claim to be somebody. It's pretentious, and it's like y'all trying to be New York to the point where it's like fast-paced living.
Watch your words.
No. I'm not saying like, because New York is the city that never sleeps. Mm-hmm. New York is the place you go where you could dream and make your dreams come true. The Big Apple, this and that. But, you know, in the last few years, in the last 20 years, it went from New York, LA to Atlanta. You feel me? Now Atlanta is another mecca of just a bunch of creative trying to infiltrate a market, and everybody's trying to get rich all at once. So it's like whenever there's too many hungry people and too many creatives trying to make it, it's like there's going to be some backstabbing, there's going to be some fake shit, some phony shit, and it's like, you know, I'll go there, make my money, get an apartment, you feel me, get a nice little loft there, but as far as living there permanently, raising a family, no. The last place, honestly, would be New York. I would not want to live in New York. I would like to have a nice apartment in New York.
Well, like a condo or something.
Condo or something. You know, I want to go for Fashion Week, go to see, you know, go for Christmas, because, you know, they have all the, you know, we see it in movies growing up. The Rockefeller Center, people singing in the street, the big trees, the ball dropping, and all the theatrics in New York around Christmas time. Like, I would like to kind of have an apartment or a place in certain cities, but as far as living there, nah. I want to be around some nature. I want to be around peace and quiet, and I don't want hooligans around my house.
Well,
no.
There's hooligans everywhere, but the thing is, like, every time I go to New York, every time I leave outside my house, I have to, like, when I come home, I have to literally put everything in the washing machine, in the washroom. Everywhere is just freaking dirty, no matter how nice it is. Soho, beautiful, but dirty at the end of the day.
I feel that.
Outside feels like it smells and feels like garbage. Literally, when the second you literally come from the subway tunnel and go into like the street, the freaking garbage scent slaps your face.
I haven't been to New York, so I can't really attest to this. But from what I've heard and from people that live there that I know personally, they share some of the same views.
And I know, and I'm sorry to be on this topic for too long, but if anybody wants to come at me, look at this. Look at this.
They will. You know, New York people are.
But look at the statistics. It's rare you hear people leaving Florida to go to New York. It's always New Yorkers coming to Florida, and people who are going to argue with me say, "Oh, New York is the best." This and that. Fam, you live in Jersey. You work in New York.
Oh, you live in Buffalo or something. Yeah. All right, let's talk a little sports.
It's been a while.
Briefly.
Where do you want to start with
this? If you had any forms of social media, you could notice that Jimmy Butler has been in the headlines recently. Media day for the NBA was earlier this week, and needless to say, Jimmy Butler made a special appearance. Let me give you my recollection and what Media Day meant to me growing up. Media Day was seeing who got traded in their new jerseys. It was about that. It was about brands like Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, like the newer people that they sign for them to get some shine, for them to wear their PEs. You feel me? Like their shoes. Like, you know, LeBron done fucking broke out so many exclusives during Media Day. We see who's signed with who's getting endorsement money, who's not, and who's stupid in front of the camera, who's not.
Yeah.
But in recent years, it's been lackluster. I will say that. Nobody really has been giving a fuck about Media Day, and who's better to turn it up than good old Jimmy Butler?
Himmy Buckets.
Yeah. This nigga came out looking like
And you thought we were going to get canceled for the black woman conversation.
Well, we gonna bleep this, so they're not gonna know what I said. You know, listen, all black outfit on some gothic shit.
Turn around and
yeah. So I didn't know. I thought it was Lil Uzi for a second. I don't know. It was just the hair, the piercings on the lip. It's like, fam, what are we doing? Are we here to play basketball, or are you a rock star? What are we doing? I understand that this is you have freedom of expression. It's America, but fam.
So politically correct, yeah, freedom of expression.
It's just, bro. Last I checked, you were a heterosexual athlete that loved women that was into hip hop. And now you coming in looking like Ozzy Osbourne. What's going on? That's all. That was my take.
You want me to go?
Go ahead. That's all I'm saying.
Now, enough with the ignorance.
I'm just saying,
if you guys don't notice, is that Jimmy Butler has been on this little, like, this is like a new wave for him. Like last year at Media Day, he came in with the long extension Fetty Wap dreads.
Yeah.
And then, like, so this is clearly going to be, like, a new, like...
He's trolling.
This is going to be a troll that we're going to see every year. And this year, I thought this troll was actually very well fitting. He came in like an emo-esque character for Media Day. Because if you really think about it...
That's what you call it.
If you've been following sports, the Miami Heat has been getting fucked left, right, center, backwards, sideways, everywhere. Because, first of all, Damian Lillard, if you guys didn't realize, Damian Lillard went to the Milwaukee Bucks. And he literally said publicly, I want to go to the Miami Heat. I want to go to Miami Heat. I'm not going anywhere but Miami Heat. And then obviously,
to be petty,
the front office of the Miami Heat, I don't know if they literally thought they try to put their dick on the table. Hey, your dude wants to come here. He don't want to go nowhere else. And then Portland Trailblazers, they said, oh, you think that y'all have the best offer? And then literally they said they went straight to Milwaukee, made a good deal. And on top of it, now what even makes it worse is that the Miami Heat, you have their role players. You have Max Strus. You got Gabe Vincent. They're gone, and they were like
core of the team.
They were the core of the team, and they honestly, in no disrespect, they found them niggas at freaking Planet Fitness playing ball one day, and even they got a contract. No disrespect, but all I'm saying is that like Jimmy Butler has all right to be upset and feel like he got the shortest end of the stick out of this play at these postseason. So I'm gonna say, hey man, if you want to go emo, as long as you not hurting nobody. I love the character personally, but as far as like with more like NBA talk, all I'm saying is as a Heat fan, I'm disappointed because the fact is like first of all we got is like one Spanish dude that's like a top 10, he was a top 10 pick, but it's like, yo fam, we have Kevin Love, we have Kyle Lowry, we have Bam. I love Jimmy, but it's like we have a team, but we really don't. We actually got worse. And then you got freaking teams like freaking Milwaukee, who's freaking stacked. They got the Monstars. You got the Suns. You got the Lakers, who elevated. You still have the freaking the Denver Nuggets, who won last year. And honestly, they have their defending core team.
Champs, yeah.
They're gonna get better literally this year. You got the Phoenix Suns with freaking KD, Booker, Bradley Beal, and shit. So it's like. All I'm saying is, man, like, I understand the emo freaking... I thought it was brilliant, in my personal opinion.
It's brilliant, it's creative, but it's like, it's Media Day, fam. Tell us about your... Like, fuck all the bullshit, you feel me? My thing is, tell us about your plans for the season. Tell us what your goals are. They don't have to come to fruition, but tell us what you planning on working on. Give that city and those fans some hope. You feel me? Hey, you know, Anthony Davis came out and said, man, my goal is to win 80-plus games. And we all looking at him like, fam, you're gonna get hurt, you know, after 20 games. But whatever. You know, that's a strong goal. But again, you try to say something politically correct or uplifting. It's like, especially if you guys were not in the playoffs last year, or you guys were struggling, or you guys lost in the last lap, you feel me, before you hit the championships, come back with some inspiration. Come back and give us a hint that you've been working on your fucking game. You feel me? Hey, guys, don't worry. I know it looks like we lost a couple key pieces, but we working on things. You know, it's better than you guys think it is, this and that. Give the city some hope. At the end of the day, the city, this organization spent millions of dollars to get you here. You living a beautiful life in Miami. The least you could do. Nigga, if you came in a flamingo shirt, I would have respected it more. That emo shit, fam, get it the fuck out of here. You're not in L.A. Stop being a fucking... Let's play ball, man. Let's be men and play ball. That's it. I
don't know why he's so excited about this. Honestly, you should put this energy towards James Harden. That's what you really should be upset at.
James Harden know how to play ball, man. I think with a hoop and go to the strip club. And hang with rappers. He's semi-retired.
You know how personally upset I am with James Harden? Like, yo, fam. This man, literally, he just left China and said, like, hey... Daryl Morey is a liar. First of all, you don't even announce what he was a liar about. So first of all, I want to say that like some tampering has been involved in whatever contract you freaking got. So James Harden, in the last 3 years, you're on the Houston Rockets. You ate your way out of Houston. Then you literally went to Brooklyn. I understand your situation. You don't want to play with Ben Simmons. You see it's a failing organization. Then you force yourself to Philly. Now you in Philly with Daryl Morey. And on top of it, you're getting paid. You have a freaking MVP player. Joel Embiid was the MVP literally last year. And you were literally playing alongside more all-star players. What more do you want? Now all of a sudden is because you some type of backdoor deal you and Daryl Morey freaking got didn't go well. You're gonna literally try to say, "Oh, I need to get out of here. I want to go to the Clippers. I want to go back to Houston. I want to go to Miami." It's like, yo, fam.
Stay where you at. Don't come to Miami.
Fam,
we have enough problems.
What I'm scared for James Harden is like I don't want him to end up like, no disrespect, I don't want him to end up like Melo, because literally Melo got into a certain point of his career where it's like, you know, when like you're still that guy on the team, and low key Russell Westbrook is on that same level as well. Like you become you've been that guy for like years, and then all of a sudden it's like you get into a certain point where these young niggas is getting better than you, and then it's like you already like your ego is like, oh, now the coach is like, hey yo fam, I kind of need you to ride bench like on this season. Nigga, I'm Melo. That's gonna happen to James Harden, bro. If you don't get your freaking attitude right, ego right, all I'm saying is, bro, them strippers and wings can wait. Get yourself a chip first. I just want you to tuck your tail between your freaking legs and play ball.
I feel you. Now you have my energy. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to get fired up.
And I don't want to say the quote. You know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm thinking.
Listen, when I was about to say it last week, you said stop. So you stop.
Just play ball.
Play ball.
Dribble.
Dot.
Dribble. That's all I'm saying is, man.
I feel that, man. Like it's been another week. I needed this, man. I feel good. You know, we went 4 weeks straight potting. You feel me? Dropping heat.
I know, no hiccups.
Nobody missing days. You know, Gary's not coming up with some stomach virus excuse. That man.
And of course, because like some people are slow. Yes, if the Drake album is out, we're not talking about it because we record this in the couple days prior before that Friday.
But we will be back next week. Better believe it to talk about this shit.
But hopefully all the stars align. Hopefully we can get some more guests who listen to the album, by the way.
For sure.
To talk about it. So, like, that's something we have, like, probably I'm planning. And once again, I want to say shouts out to everybody who's been literally commenting, sharing.
Yes.
And obviously, if you have some interest on, like, doing some collaborations with us, on camera, off camera, just let us know.
Yeah, if you want to send us anything, merch, you have a preposition, you want to be featured on the pod, you want to be a sponsor or whatever, just reach out to us. We're just regular guys who answer the DMs as long as it's positive and, you know, it's constructive criticism.
Exactly. We just here to pod and we ain't here for the hate.
Yeah. I like it. That could be a tag. This nigga want to be an entertainment lawyer so bad. But shout outs to everybody, man. Shout outs to the people out here getting money. Shout out to the people that are trying their best. Shout out to the mothers out there, the bus drivers, everybody that really rock with us, everybody that take time out of their day to tune in, and everybody that even call me out on some stupid shit that I say or some positive shit that I say or some uplifting shit that I say. We welcome everything. We appreciate everybody for checking us out, man. I go by the name of Cheech, aka you will see me outside. You know, don't be weird. Just come up, say what's up. It's cool. There's no Hollywood shit going on over here. Aka yeah, man. I'm on my smooth boy era right now, man. I'm not welcoming any bad energy. You feel me? I'm on my own time. I move at my own speed. And yeah, man, watch the pod, man. That's it.
Sure. Y'all know me. I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary Trust, aka your sneaker plugs plug, aka Black Content Creator. And this has been another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. We'll catch y'all next time.
Yes.